Guys, welcome back to Ouscraft podcast. Today we're going to be doing something very juicy and very interesting because we're going to be talking about the trending gist and we're going to be talking about the reviews from our previous episodes. Stay tuned. It's 2023. Big Brother Nigeria is hosting All-Star reality show. What's the relevance of this in our economy? According to our sources, Big Brother decided to bring back the Big Brother reality show that consists of all stars. So I would like to know your view, Mr. Precious and Mr. Famous. Do you think this Big Brother All Star is of any relevance to Nigeria current economy?
Yeah, thank you so much for the question. Now, it's 2023. We know they just conducted the presidential election, and everybody's hoping for something new in the country. And Big Brother is doing something very, you know, that will capture the attention of the people. So that's the reality business. The talk show business or the reality show business. The major aim is to capture attention. But we are looking at what is the impact of this thing in our economy in today economy that young people are complaining that there is high standard of living, there is no enough job, there is no enough opportunity. This show is coming out. On one part is providing employment and providing opportunity for some people. On the other part too is taking the attentions of millions of Nigerians and is deviating the attention. To me personally, I feel that Big Brother is deviating the attention of young people to really focus on what really matters now, which is the economy of the nation, the performance of the new administration. How have they performed? And now everybody is going to change their attention from that to look at Big Brother. Then nobody's going to talk about it, and the government is just going to relax and just move on. So that's why I feel, to some extent, it's an opportunity to some certain people, which is I feel that they are just minor. While majority of Nigerians are going to be uh, deviated from what they should focus on. So that's what I feel about it.
Okay. Mr. Famous, what
Mm,
do you think about what you said?
no problem. Thank you for the question. I don't want to look at the negative aspect of Big Brother Nigeria. I want to look at the positive aspect of it. So the initiative of that particular program is to make money. The person or the group of people that own that particular reality show are aiming to make money. It's a business idea. So I don't want to criticize business ideas. Are you getting me? In anything you are doing, there must be a positive and negative side as far as a business. Some people will look at it from that negative aspect, but I want to look at the positive aspect of this program, because even if you want to be great, I believe if you want to be great and you have interest in Big Brother Nigeria show, you can still go and watch, prioritize your time, go and do whatever you want to do. Still come back to Big Brother Nigeria if you want to. If the program is really interesting to you, are you getting me? But let's look at the people that are benefiting from this program. Are you getting me? So like the people that enter the show, like Wire, CC, and the rest that enter the show, one of them are going to leave that place with a whopping amount of 120 million naira plus the endorsement and the rest. That person's life has changed. Though they are stars, but the that's what we call multiplication. There is more to what they have. They will have more money, and I believe those people that are entering the show are going to have more fame. Are you getting me? So I'm looking at it like the people that are going to benefit from it. But the other aspect of it, which is causing negativity, people that are supposed to focus on their lives are being deviated. It's a normal thing. It happens in life. Let me say, for example, you own a shop right. People come there, lavish their money. I don't gonna lavish it, but they come there, spend their money. They add them money that they're supposed to invest in other things that they will be giving them money. So everything has positive and negative side. I just believe in the positive side of Big Brother Nigeria, which is the whopping amount of 120 million naira, plus the fun that we are having, people that are watching it.
Yeah.
The interesting part of it, when you go to hospital, some receptive or reception, you see them playing it. You can sometimes forget about your sorrows. I think that's one of the This
No,
I
no,
look
the
about,
benefit
yeah,
because,
benefit of it.
like you said, great job employment,
Mm.
and at least this period we need a distraction. It's fair enough,
Yeah.
and at the same time, the people that own these investments, they need money.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm.
So if you want to look at the negative aspects and be like, oh, this may not be the right time to do that because the economy is bad, meaning a lot of people should stop their businesses because I feel it's just self-discipline. If you as an individual you feel Big Brother Nigeria is going to be distracting, make you not focus on what you're supposed to do, then don't watch it to some extent.
Mm.
Because some people just use that Big Brother as a deviation to just divert themselves, calm away their sorrows and
Mm.
whatsoever.
Mm.
So as you said, there's always a benefit
And
and
we're
there's
not
always a
to me, I'm not
yeah,
looking at those kind of.
yes, we're not looking at this.
Mm.
So okay, yeah. So Mr. Famous,
Mm.
Aliko Dangote is set to employ 11,000 Indians. What's your take?
Mm. Thank you for the question. I believe any man that is in a business or running an enterprise that wants to employ people is doing a great deal, great help to the federal government and to the society at large. But what we are talking about is Aliko Dangote set to employ Indians. You know Indians?
Yes.
Yes, Indians. Which is out of the reach of Nigerians. I don't want to kind of uh, go deep in that, but I just believe that for him to have that mindset of employing Indians, he has tested a lot of Nigerians, a lot. Still believe that a lot of people are still good in Nigeria, but he has kind of tested a lot of them. And he believes, because he's a very powerful man, if you listen to him very well, he's a very tremendously powerful man. Everybody is aware of that kind of person. You know him very well. So he knows what he's doing. For him to set to give this work out to foreigners, he knows what he's doing. But I will still how do I put it? Appeal that some part of this employment should come to Nigeria, despite the fact that we are not that kind of, exposed, or we are not that kind of good in the work that he wants to specialize this kind of people. But I believe the kind of the some quota of the employment should come to Nigeria. But his own decision is best known to him. That's what I believe. But he can, yes, because why I'm talking about this is this: if you are building a company, your major aim is to make money and make the company to grow, and he knows that employing Indians will make him to achieve his aim. So I will not want to let him deviate from his goals. Are you getting me? So he has a plan, and he knows the people that specialize in this duty. So I will not go against him, but I'll just kind of appeal that I should give some quota of this employment to Nigerians. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Mr. Precious, do you agree with what you said?
Yes, I agree with what he said. Now I've studied Dangote Group so much, so time. Then one of the core value of Dangote Group as during the administration of Olusegun Obasanjo is that they will not do anything that will not profit Nigerians. That is why even when they are building the biggest refinery in the world, they built it in Nigeria. Now, when it comes to employment, because there's something I'm trying to look into. We as a nation or as individuals have been shunning the art of favoritism, and we have been clamoring for meritocracy, that people should get opportunity because they merit it. Now, when it comes to employment, this is one thing that we talked about, something about this some of our in our previous podcast episode, talked about being employable. Nigerians, which is okay, fine. We have young people in Nigeria that can work. Why is that Dangote is employing 11 million, okay, 11,000 people, 11,000 Indians? Why is he doing so? In my own understanding of it, he has been working with these people for some time now. There was a time they made that decision to start employing Indians, not Nigerians. Why? They discovered one thing that is not consistent with Nigerians. They tend to come in with zeal, with much energy. After some time, the focus or their attention is like diverted towards something else. They are not really focusing on what they ought to do. So The purpose of the business, like my partner said, is to make money, to provide opportunity for the business to grow. And if Dangote feels that employing Indians will grow the business, I believe it should go for it. It should go for it, because in the same way, how many Nigerians are driving innocent car? They are going for Lexus, they are going for Benz. These are foreign companies. They are not using Nigerian, they are not driving Nigerian cars. So we are going for the best. Same way, him himself should be allowed to go for the best. And on the other way around, the Nigerians should learn from this. We should be consistent and focus on whatever we are doing. So that's it.
Alright. On the mistreatment of former CBN governor Emefiele and the disagreement against judicial order to grant him bail, what do you think about the actions of the government, Mr. Precious?
See, one thing that is very consistent in Nigeria, if you have studied Nigerian politics history, is if somebody is in power, he is going to use the power to oppress people that are not in support of the person. That's why most times, like the former election, this election that was just conducted this year, you see some big stars like Big Wizzy didn't say anything about the election. Burna Boy, Davido, they didn't really interfere much. Why? Because they understand the consequence. If somebody that you campaign for gets into power, definitely you can do anything, say anything, you go scot-free. Now the person that maybe you campaign against gets into power, the first thing he's going to do is to fight you. So that's the nature of Nigerian politics. Now the CBN governor, who all knew what he did, he tried to change the currency at the time that politicians needed it the most. So after some time, now the election is over, they are going to look for most of the things that he did wrong, so that he will be persecuted for the things that he did. But my question is this: in as much as he was mistreated, I'm looking at it from this perspective. Nigerians, we are getting justice. For those politicians, somehow, if they were not in favor of this administration and they did something wrong, maybe God should just use this opportunity for them to learn their lesson. So for me, I'm looking at it from that perspective. If there are some things that he did that was wrong, maybe this is an opportunity for him to get the normal judgment, the normal punishment that he should get. So that's the perspective I'm looking at it from.
So you agree that it deserves the punishment of the government?
I agree that he deserves to be uh, called for accountability. I don't agree that he should be harassed the way he was harassed, to explain all the actions that he took where he was in power. I believe so.
Was it that he did something wrong at this particular stage, or they just decide to want to put him in the position he is right now because of the currency change? So I know you started from the currency thing. For us to know, because if I've done something 10 years ago and because I did something to trigger to offend you, you now decide to bring what I did 10 years ago. Is that justice?
What I'm saying is this: in Nigeria, whenever you, let's say you did something wrong before now, then an administration that you did not support comes into power.
Okay.
Now you are going to be called for accountability. You
What you
understand?
did.
Of what you did. You understand? So it's like maybe it may not be a good motive. I don't want to say the motive of the current administration is good, but the actions that are taken is good for Nigerians. So that any leader that is in power now should know that if you are in power and you are using your position wrongly, or you are extorting money from people, or you are just mismanaging the public fund, know that if by any means any other administration or any other political party comes into power, you are going to be held accountable for your actions, and you'll be somehow you should just know that. So that's, I'm looking at it from that positive and negative perspective.
Oh, all right. Mr. Famous, do you agree with what he said?
I totally agree with what he said because I call it check and balance. Because if, let me say, he uses power as a CBN governor to impact on the past this immediate past general election, but just that his intention did not come out the way he wanted it. That is why they are really disturbing him now. That is it. Like my brother said, that is it. That like my partner said, this is the nature of politics in Nigeria. This is nature. If somebody did not support you during the election, when you come into power, you'll be forced to kind of make him pay for not supporting you because you expect him as big as he is to kind of join you in your mission. So, but what I think in the
And if he didn't join you, he has to make sure that his hands are clean.
yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying.
that's it.
That's what I'm saying. See,
If his hands
what
are
see
not clean,
like
so
this
that's just
I
it.
like
feel nobody's hand is clean.
no
But
no
No,
no
okay,
no,
no
not
no
people's
no
but
no
okay,
like
people's
this
hands are clean.
okay, to some extent, okay, let me say to some extent,
Yes.
that
but there may be some flop that you may do. So it's just like taking away his freedom of
He's not
decision
being
basically.
persecuted for some flop. He's being persecuted for
a crime.
huge amount of money that left the Nigerian accounts that were not properly documented. So that's what we're talking
Like I
about.
said, you cannot discriminate excellence. If you are so good, nobody, even if you are fighting for a just cause. Just like, for example, this is our past presidential aspirant, very powerful wave, Mr. P2B. He disturbed the president, he disturbed everybody
Yeah.
more than anybody can disturb, but nobody is putting him behind bars. You know why? Because he knows the path that he's trending on.
That's a good
It's
record.
very important.
Yes.
You can never discriminate excellence. That's what I'm saying. So when you are busy using your power, you should be looking at your path that you are trending on, because they know these people that you are trying to. It's a good cause that you want to change the government, probably from APC to PDP or any party, but you should be looking at your path. When you want to fight a just cause, make sure you are clean. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Because in this case of the reason why he kept quiet is because he knows he's guilty.
To some
You cannot
extent.
come and disturb it to be like that. He will start shouting because he knows what he's doing. So, like my brother said, it's like my partner said, it's check and balance. Are you getting me?
Mm.
Now, anybody in power, sometimes because I have this intention of becoming a politician. In fact, I believe I'm going to become a politician one day very soon by His grace. It's also giving me that mindset that if I enter politics, I'm going to keep my hands clean so that nobody will come and disturb me later on when I'm done with the power or during the power. Are you getting me? So it's very important. It's making us, we or those of us that wants to enter into politics,
Yeah.
to be very careful and learn our lesson with somebody's mistake. Are you getting me? So we should be very careful in politics because the politics arena is a very kind of complex and deadly environment.
Okay.
Are you getting me? They can sink you within a day. So thank
I this is a very what you guys just explained is bringing a very big lesson,
you.
like teaching people a lot.
Mm.
And whatsoever you do, definitely
Mhm.
always repeat, whether good or bad. So always try to keep your hand clean in whatever thing you do, whatever decision you make, whatever thing you are practicing. Always keep your hands clean.
In addition to what she just said, and this also for this current administration, there are people that are joining hands to make sure they bring Godwin Emefiele to accountability.
Mm.
Also know that your own time is going to come one day.
Mm.
Your own time is going to come one day. So just as you are trying to make sure he is brought to accountability, just keep your own hands clean too, because Nigerians are watching. We can never know who is going to be in power. Nobody predicted that PDP will lose power in 2015. After all, we had a sitting president contesting.
Yeah.
So nobody knows. You had a big wave from P2B that just occurred and is still very much alive.
Mm.
You had a big wave from P2B, which is the obedient movement that just occurred, and it's still very much alive. It's still at the grassroots to some extent, but it's still building itself. So nobody knows. So for you people that are in power now, no problem, is nice, but use your powers rightly.
So sorry, I got something from what you said. That those people that are fighting for the justice of like wanting Emefiele to be free, like right?
No, fighting that it should be brought to accountability.
Okay, fighting that
Mm.
issue. But what if genuinely at some point this it said, okay, I want to change, and then they're now turning into good terms? If they now bring back their old things that they've done, do you think it's still okay? Because I can be a thief now,
Mhm.
and I'm seeing that oh Emefiele is going through this thing, is going through, so I want to change. I don't want to do these things. He said that they should now join the party that is existing, so that it will make them to help them cover up their
You know, the,
old sins, so that they won't bring
I
it
believe
back.
I believe accountability is accountability. There is the way the law works. So there is difference between some, sometimes trying to think that, oh, this thing is like a, even in Christianity there is penance.
Oh yeah,
There is
true.
penance in Christianity. There are some sins you commit, you have to go for penance. Then beyond, take that aside, even when Adam fell, God himself had to send his only begotten son, Jesus, to die for our sins. That is work. For me, if anybody had committed any crime, which is same thing, similar case, if anybody has committed any crime and maybe the person is changing, fine, the person should change, come to Nigerians. Then yes, in the Nigerian constitution there are room for people that if you change a certain amount of, maybe during the investigation they will bring, okay, these are the monies you embezzled, these are what you did, and these are what you did. They will investigate the case and the person will be given a minimal sentence. Now the reason why the law punish people is not because they want to punish people. They want these people to be used as an example so that people will learn and not do bad. So when you exonerate a politician that embezzled people's money and you just exonerate him like that, or more, you are creating room for people to do more.
I
That's my
believe
thinking.
what she just asked was
Mm.
those people that are joining the government
Yes.
Yeah.
to frustrate Emefiele now.
Mm.
That why are they doing that? Like, why are they? Was it not a question?
No, I was like,
Mm.
you know me now,
Mm.
I can be a sinner.
Mm-hmm.
And now
Why?
I see that they are punishing you for the same sin I used to sin, right?
Mm.
Now I want to now change.
Mm.
Are you understanding?
The
I
people
want
that
to
want it
change.
like from afar, or are the people? Wait, listen. Set of people
Yeah,
now.
yes, yeah.
Are they the people afar, like people
No, not
masses,
people
or
afar, the
people in the
ones,
government
the
now
people in the
that are
government.
frustrating, or that are just looking? Which
No,
one?
not the ones that are looking now. Just like you said that those people that
No, listen. The ones that are helping the federal government, because there are some people that are just shouting, this
Yeah.
man must be persecuted.
okay.
Or the people that are just looking at what is happening, which are
No,
the...
the ones that this man must be persecuted.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Listen. Most times when you see a man, because all these things supposed to be subjected to law courts.
Yes.
It's not the federal government that do that. That is why you will not see our dear president talking about this much. He will just keep quiet.
Yeah.
He has never said anything about it because it's not the one that is in charge of that. It's the law court. But you see some people in Nigeria, all these politicians, that are busy shouting, clamoring. They call them sycophants. Are you getting me? They are shouting, using an opportunity because of this crisis to get the recognition of the president. When you see this particular case we are facing now, this Emefiele case, Governor
Yeah.
Emefiele case, can only be handled by the law courts. Nobody has the say. It's only the law courts that will judge this man and say whether he's going to pay fine or he's going to be bailed. But when you see any politician shouting because he feels that he's perfect or he's close to the president, that's what politicians do. They are looking for opportunity.
No, I believe what she was trying to emphasize is this.
Mm.
She's saying, knowing fully well, because she's trying to put the context, try to contextualize it with the perspective of Nigerian politics.
Mm.
Yeah.
She's saying, knowing fully well that somehow you committed some offense.
Yeah.
Then that's not what she's taking that out of the context. Then you are talking about, then you were against a particular person contesting, and the person now won. Can you now change party to go and support the person so that you'll be free? And some people did it.
I don't
See,
understand.
no, can you now change party?
Wait, you
now,
mean
like,
that Emefiele should change to
yes,
another
yes.
Like-
People have people have
no,
done it now.
yeah.
Which
People have done it.
I
That's
know,
what she was
but
trying
the
to
question
say.
that she was asking to me,
That was
What
what she
you
was trying to
understand?
what do
What
you-
I'm
say.
explaining now is let me explain again. Maybe I do not.
Yes.
If maybe I'm a bad person now,
Okay.
I've done criminal things 10 years ago,
Yes.
right? Now I am about I'm seeing that they have been persecuting people for this thing. Because you guys were like,
What is
no
your stand at
matter
that
what,
time? Are you
I'm
in
still a
the...
political person now.
But you are
Are you
not
in favor of the
against...
current? Because
No,
he's
I'm
not
not.
the only one that committed offense.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Listen,
know
are you
that.
getting me?
Because
I'm
he
not
was not in
yes,
favor of the
yeah,
current
because
administration.
Not in favor
But
now,
that time, are you in
yes.
favor or you're not in favor?
As at day when I committed the sin, I was not in favor.
That's what I'm
now.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Sycophancy, that is what they call politics in Nigeria.
Okay.
That's what they call them.
So what do you mean by the
When you are always pleasing somebody,
okay.
you
Strategy.
yes, yeah, like now let me see. Had it been Emefiele, even if Emefiele take half of our words and is pleasing the president, he cannot go to jail.
Then that's not just
You get no, we're not talking that. I'm telling you the nature of
Nigerian politics.
The reason why they held them strong is because when he was acting as if he's Alpha and Omega, that cannot be touched. When he was acting, but his hands were not clean. So when they enter the power, instead of to come and swear allegiance to the president with a good heart and a humble heart, he was still forming.
No, I think he did.
He did.
But see the strategy that that man implemented almost, let's say this, the strategy that the former CBN governor implemented almost altered the course of the strategy of politicians in this government. Almost like to some extent, because money is the major way the elects, the politicians, they use in buying the masses. So he withhold money, and even we heard the presidential aspirants complaining that there was no money. That even to some point that 2 governors in this country sued the federal government. 2 governors of same party sued the federal government from their same political party. If they tell you the effects of that.
This particular topic should be a very powerful topic later on, but let me tell you something. It was only that governor,
yes,
that took the right step of the president of Nigeria. Normally, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yes,
because we know that the greatest tool to rig the election.
Yes, the greatest tool ever.
He was the only one that was able to be. He can still remain in the Central Bank of Nigeria and be doing his role, but he was able to go to the president and propose a particular pattern of election that will reduce this rigging.
Yes,
he tried to help. He tried to help. But my issue with him is that his hands
we're not that clean. So that's what we're saying. When you are still taking the right action, still try to look at yourself. He did so well. That I believe that Nigeria.
That was the reason why Nigeria should always won Lagos.
Nigeria should
won a lot of places.
Nigeria should always put this into perspective.
It's still the power of Tinubu was too powerful. Was more magnificent than
I believe. See, with the actions taken by the CBN, what I see is this. First, it gave Nigerians the opportunity to see to some extent an election that is lesser in terms of the corruption, in terms of buying of votes, was lesser. Then also proves the influence of the current president to some extent. He proved the influence that he had people that are loyal to him with or without money. The impact he has had.
Another thing I'm still looking at in this experience or this situation that we're having in the country is this. After now, the people that I know somebody is not a CBN governor. If they have installed another one,
yes, they have somebody that is an acting now. CBN governor.
Later on in life, the people that have the right skills or right strategy to conduct election that is free from rigging
will be afraid.
Will be afraid to come out again because of the way they penalize. Are you getting me? So I believe sometimes before these federal government officials take some actions, they should think well.
Exactly.
Because if you look at it, the moment he entered the office, I'm talking about our dear president. Look at the set of people that he penalized. These people that have what it takes to alter the course of rigging of election. We know it stands for. We know what it stands for. But look at what he did to EFCC. Is he the president or chairman? Look at the people that he attacked. That the people that have what it takes.
So those who were called to, they were not attacked, they were called to accountability.
They were attacked. Let me tell you. Even in the Bible, like you always say, nobody is free from sin.
Exactly.
Yes.
I get it. So you cannot just criticize everybody.
Various kinds. There are people that have been in the. Soludo was one time governor of Central Bank.
Do
Up
you
till
do you
today,
know
up till
okay?
today,
Do you
up
think
till
that
today.
Adibini took the action
No,
to hamper the election?
what I'm saying is, Soludo was one time the governor of Central Bank. Till now, he's in another political party. He's in ABGA. Even during the election, we all know that he proudly supported PDP, not ABGA, not even APC that was in power. He proudly supported uh, PDP, which is Atiku. But still, he's not being called to much scrutiny. I'm not saying that a man shouldn't okay, maybe everybody, like you say, nobody's without sin, but there are some sins that are too grievous, and those sins they will demand much from you. That's what I'm saying.
What I'm trying to say is this: the same man
Mm.
led 8 years
Mm.
in the
Buhari regime.
Buhari regime. Are you getting
Yes.
me? He was not touched. You may be surprised that idea was not brought solely by him.
The idea of the offense he committed.
No, the idea of withdrawing.
No, it's not brought. It's not brought completely by him.
Listen. What I'm trying to say is that why are we punishing this man?
Well,
Because,
he's not being punished.
Okay, sorry.
He's not being punished by
in the political environment.
Okay.
Let's use
Okay.
it politically.
Okay.
I call it punishment.
It's,
Because
okay, let me
Buhari
say this.
himself,
Okay.
it's not righteous and it's not perfect.
Okay. Wait.
None of
It's
them
not
in
being.
politics is
It's
perfect.
not being
So
punished.
you
It's
just-
not being
you just
punished
know your
for
strategy.
the actions
Yes.
he took.
Uh,
That may be the motive.
not only him,
That
collective one.
that may be the motive behind it. But it's now being subjected to accountability, which is what we Nigerians have been clamoring for. That politicians, after their stay in power, should be held accountable for their actions.
They are doing it selectively.
Yeah.
Because we have other
Are
people.
you understanding?
Yes, I get the point, but at the end of the
Former
day,
president-
at least if half of the politicians are being held accountable, yes, we have hope that one day those people that are not being held accountable will also be held accountable.
What I'm trying to say,
One day
what
it's
I'm trying
coming.
to say is quite hard. Because if you
look at what is happening
if you
in
look at the
Niger
regime,
Republic, for
if you
example,
look at the regime, it's always hard.
if you look at what is happening in Niger Republic, there's just a coup that just occurred in Niger
Yes,
Republic.
yeah,
The
I
military
know.
took over power. I heard this. I don't know whether it's true or not. They told the Minister of Finance to provide accountability of all the expenses that have been running or face a firing squad within 24 hours. And I saw the man crying. Like, look at when people. I'm not saying that the military administration is going to. Oh, I want that for Nigeria. Please,
No.
I don't want that for Nigeria. But I'm just saying, when people are being held accountable for their actions, that is when we will now have a more better government, a more better governorship, a more better leadership. That's just what I'm saying. Even though it's just 50%, 50%.
I understand what you're saying, Sha, but I just feel like there's still another lesson that they will still learn. They will still learn that they will still learn, follow the party that
Yes.
that, but you know.
Yes, I know.
Because the person that they will put the next person that they will put there will be somebody that will be favorable to the
that is just political strategy, and that's what they do.
Okay. This next one. Davido or Burna Boy, why?
Okay,
I'm asking why.
Okay. Davido or Burna Boy. Okay, you're asking me to choose between Davido and Burna Boy, and why do I choose who I want to choose? Okay, between Davido and Burna Boy, I will go with Burna Boy.
Wait, I'm not asking why. Okay, I'm asking why which you would choose, and I'm still asking why. Why the comparison?
Davido and Burna Boy, I'm going with Burna Boy, and the reason I'm going with Burna Boy is because he's doing massively. Like, see, there's one thing I believe in life. You have to be deliberate about what you want.
Okay.
Burna Boy did a song where he talked about he's going to win Grammy, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. He called himself African Giant. Right. He did a lot of these things. So he's like Muhammad Ali of our time. And there's a lot to learn from Burna. So I will go with Burna Boy. That does not mean that Davido is bad. Davido is a great star and a great role model for everybody to look up to. But between the two, I'll go with Burna Boy. So I'm for Team Burna Boy.
I think I will go for Davido. Why I will go for Davido is because it's not as Davido. So Davido, like
Davido.
Yes, is to say Davido.
Yes.
Why? Because each time I'm looking at these people, I'm looking at their impact in the economy. Are you getting me? An impact in the environment and
Exactly.
society
Okay.
at large,
Exactly.
relating to their nation.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Burna Boy is a powerful star.
Yes.
He has gone out to express his obsession in music. He has done well. Like for him to be recognized
Internationally.
internationally, it's not easy. But let's take it down to Nigeria. Who has impacted? Who among between these two guys has impacted on the talent of young artists? I believe it's Davido.
Yes.
Sorry to say this, but no matter the impact that you do, for me, what I look at is the level or standard of life of the artists that you have impacted on. Are you getting me? The people that Davido has impacted on now are big artists and they are so good. And for you, they have touched lives. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
There was one message I said, I'm not the gather boys. I get men. I get men, I'm not the gather boys. That shows that he has built men. When it comes to philanthropics, the guy gives a lot of money. Of reason I heard that he opened up an app that is giving one or something. I don't know.
No,
Maybe
no,
just
that's not true. That's not true.
okay. Sorry,
Let's say that
Let's
that app is
okay,
not
okay.
true. That's Nigerians playing scam, and let's use this opportunity to say this. There are a lot of apps that are coming, a lot of all this. You just see like an ad online. Whiskey is giving out this, Davido is giving out this. It's not true. Please don't fall victim for that.
Okay, like I said, but Davido is a powerful philanthropist in Nigeria.
Okay, let's
more than more than I'm talking about fiscal money. More than Burna Boy. Secondly, the impact on the artist, young artist, Davido has done very much well.
Okay, let me say this. I get your points. I agree with you. Davido has helped a lot of artists, a lot of people that initially they wouldn't have been given opportunity.
Yes.
But sometimes you just see him, he just call you, give you opportunity and all that. But in my own perspective, the reason why I'm going with Burna is Burna Boy has taken a part that nobody has taken before. He has shown even this artist that Davido has helped that there's another level that we can take the game to. So he has led a part. He has paved the way, just like what Jay-Z did. He has paved the way for Africans to see another opportunity that we can go further than what we are thinking. Rather than just concentrating in Africa and doing our music, we can go to another dimension.
Yes,
so that's what
they are not the
did.
same. What I'm trying to say, they are not the same. Jay-Z was really behind the scene, trying to grow the Black Americans in the music industry. But this is not what Burna Boy is doing. Burna Boy is obsessively chasing his dream in the way and following the path. Though he's trying to tell us that true, that this path can be accelerated, it can grow.
Yes,
it's a motivation. But in the industry, because someone like P Square, someone like P Square, then they came, took over the industry. They had small followers because they don't carry people along.
They had much fun, but
they don't carry people along. They went and came back. Are you getting me? They touched the world, though. They came back.
So they touched Africa.
Yeah, they touched Africa.
But Burna is touching the world. I'm getting him.
Artists that Davido has touched. If you look at their lives, you know who they are. They may not have gone so far like Burna Boy, but he has touched lives, impacted positively. That's why I would go for Davido. Burna Boy is a powerful star. He's good driven, like you said. He's going to take Nigeria to another level. Like I said, once your star is shining, that was the actual time for Thames to win Grammy Award. It's not because of Burna Boy. We're trying to say, let's be pragmatic here. Let's compare someone like if you compare Governor Okowa and Governor Duaga, you now know that Governor Duaga did not do anything compared to Okowa. Okowa was able to do. That's why if they come out today, let me say you invite them to Oduaga and Okowa, two of them, former governor of Delta State. If you bring two of them to an occasion like this, He knows within himself that people are looking at him less of that person that used to help people. Are you getting me? Than Okowa. Okowa extends hands. When like the Bible says, like if you give out something to somebody, you are trying to change, you are trying to impact on somebody. Like Davido has, let me say for example, one of the artists of Davido is let me say Zlatan. It's not Zlatan.
Yes, all those people came out showing
Zlatan
now.
is not a powerful man, and Zlatan has a lot of people that he's taking care of. That is the impact in the society.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
I will still have to say this thing. I want
Okay.
to say.
It's
No, I just
not.
want to
It's not
say.
that
I'm
we
not
are
trying to
we are
argue.
clamoring that
I'm not trying to argue.
Burna Boy is a big
But
man.
when we are
Who are
like,
you impacting on?
it's more like I get what he's saying
I
to
get what
a
you're saying
very
too.
large extent, and it's not, they can't argue that.
Mm.
Because if you're like, oh, you like the video, you like Bonabo, that's very fine. Me, I still love Bonabo,
Mm.
so
Mm.
do you understand? But he's doing very well for himself and
Yeah.
pushing the Nigerian names.
Yeah.
Fine. But what benefits? Now, the benefit that that you were explaining, that
Life
it's
standard.
directly
So-
benefiting the Nigerians,
Society.
because the Grammys that he won and whatever it gets is not going to bring the money and give to us. Neither is it. But regardless, yes, it's paving way. He's putting Nigerian name up there. You said they said Fela Kuti, when she was bringing first of Fela Kuti. He's still a legend, but he has not gotten a Grammy. But you cannot say that, you cannot be comparing Fela Kuti and
Yeah, there are a lot of stars that have not gotten Grammy. 50
cannot.
Cent have not gotten
A lot
Grammy.
of people have not. So you will
I
not
don't
say
think Nicki
because
Minaj
this
has
one has
gotten a
gotten
Grammy. I
Grammy,
don't
then
think
does
so.
not, then because he has gotten Grammy and this person has not gotten Grammy, then this person is more influential and is more better than this person.
Davido has touched
No.
everywhere.
To the society, to me, to the society, Davido has done a lot, and he done without reading the comments we got from our previous episode. Yeah. So let's go there. Now someone commented that, should I read the
This was
comment?
okay. Let's just go through a little bit. This was a comment in response to a particular clip
Clip,
from
yeah, you
when
did.
I was talking.
He said,
So it was
ignorance, ignorance is the greatest disease anyone can be afflicted with.
okay.
Have you heard from your European literary confession that civilization which you are referring to is from Africa? Like, I mean, oh, he's saying civilization is
Yes, style from
from
Africa. Yes.
Africa. You said Africa relegated women to the background. That, sorry, it doesn't even have to speak English, but that
Okay, Anna, please.
this other part, that men are to lead. Is it any other way? Address God as a she before you say that men are not the first and not to lead. It's really a lot, but we're going to stop there.
Okay.
Or is there any part you want to
No,
ask
no, no,
on
no.
this?
Okay. First and foremost, I would just want to say thank you so much for your response. We wish to get more response, but in a way, please don't use insultive words. We can have different opinion, but we don't need to insult each other. So that is the civilization we're also talking about. It's part of it, whereby men can communicate without bringing in their masculinity or trying to prove anything. So that's one point. Then agreeing, talking about civilization started from Africa. True, we are not doubting that, but that is Egypt. That is, we are talking about Egypt. Now, when we are talking about Africa as a continent, they don't refer to Egypt as part of Africa in terms of the way the Europeans look at Africa. We're talking about the black Africans. That is we, the Yorubas, the Igbos, the people from Ghana, Shanti, and all these people. My point there when I was talking about that women are relegated to the background is I feel that they should be given opportunity. God created both male and female, and gave them opportunities. So I feel that women should be given opportunity to prove themselves. I'm not saying that okay, because your point, I'm trying to get it difficult trying to answer your question. You said I should refer to God as she, whether it will sound right. No, I can't call God as she. But one point, let me just finish my point. One point is clear. I'm just saying my belief, personal belief is maybe you may not agree with it, but it's okay that male and female should be given opportunity for them to express themselves. Then the ones that are doing very well should be given more opportunities, both male and female. And the ones that are not doing very well should be submissive to the ones that are doing
Okay,
well.
so we've jumped to conclusion on our today's episode. We've discussed about the trending G's down from Big Brother to government, Emefiele, and even to our reviews. So So I want to wish our viewers a very sweet and a successful week. As you stay tuned with us, join us on our next episode. This is Ouscraft.